Hello again, guys. Last time we left off, our group here fought Minigo, and then at the last second, Staunton came in and they teleported out. We got our first level of on our mythic path for our main character. We took the macabre dance, or dance macabre rather, and enduring spells. We also get bypass epic damage reduction, and we will be continuing down when we can, the Lich mythic path. And we also got mythic abilities for the rest of our group. Haven't taken those yet. Kind of still thinking about what I want my group to consist of. I know right now I've got basically one primary off tank, somebody who can kind of get in there as a secondary, take some damage, deal some good hits. Lower level off tank, I almost have 4 here, and then Ember here is a caster, and Sela, I kind of started to go down the path of being a caster, but I think I'm going to respec her to be tankier so she can really get in there and take some hits and deal some halfway decent damage. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these 3. They're kind of squishy, with Wendawug being the second least squishy. She actually has the highest armor class of my group right now, being 30, 23 on my main, 24 on Sela, 19 on Camellia, 17 on Woljif, and 16 on Ember. So I am feeling pretty weak right now in terms of being able to get into a fight and take damage and not need to heal between every single fight. So I'm probably going to do some respecking. I'll probably do that off camera and then just kind of go over it real quick. Anyways, let's pick up where we left off. So I know that we are at the top floor of the Gray Garrison, and the only way we have to go is out. And I can't talk to those guys. So let's exit. And just real quick, double check that we don't want anything off of these guys, and we don't. You know what? I feel like with where we are in the story, we'll probably get a place to sell, so I'm going to just collect it all.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canabris, and we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, and he deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendev.
That was one hell of a fight.
One hell of a fight calls for one hell of a party.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canabris. I get the feeling the Fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Gray Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
It's simply unforgivable.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself, and it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, read on this for me. For good luck.
Wonder if I can get a cut of the sales.
I know a guy who knows some guys.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Aomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Iomede's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials. But I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone and also wish to ask our hero to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toast me out of this fine establishment?
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
Lawful. Shake her hand. It is an honor, Your Majesty.
And for me also. So, this is what he looks like. The one all Mendev is talking about. News of your deeds reached me even before my messengers could.
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored hero here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canabris will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
Will you join our celebration, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new hero all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
We're here celebrating, while the demons might be planning their next campaign.
Oh, I do not doubt that, even for a moment. But we will not give them another chance to catch us off our guard. It is time to turn back the tide. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate. But all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big plans for all of you. Especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Canabris. Now, what are we drinking?
The fires of Canabris have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
Right. Moving out of Canabris.
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Canabris. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Galfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the 5th Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. the hero of Kenobris, Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade, your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed. There, the troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
Right? Can't lie, the movement of the troops seemed a little bit janky, but I mean, whatever. Oh, and we got a level. Nice. Sela and recruits. Eagle Watch Crusader. A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There are 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know, so they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword, and they spot me. So I jump over the fire, wearing nothing but a mail shirt, and I grab my sword and yell in my big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them, and they fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since, I never take a step without my weapon. Ahaha, that's some story. Hey, stop gulping, leave some for us. You've just set off, and you're already drinking, and with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once. Right you are, Commander Tirabade. We are but drinking to the queen's health. Say nothing. Allow me to remind you, Paladin, that you are in an army, not a band of mercenaries. Foolishness impairs discipline. Too much fun at the camp can turn into losses on the battlefield. With all due respect, Commander Tirabade, I answer to the Knight Commander, not to you. The fact that we're fighting together doesn't give you the right to discipline me like a sergeant disciplines a recruit. You tell her. Soundmaster. Grandma Gretlin, the director. Oh, we saved these guys in Kenobris in Market Square. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Kenobris back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. We won't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the horde of demons, and we decided against a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He invented a way to solve the problem using sound. We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned village. We will put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had a right Barney over it, breaking a number of lances, as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have 2 candidates that are most suited for the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. I am to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome, 2 gnomes. Rubbledum and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets a moment of fame, and that way they each only have to learn half of the script. A Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. Has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short, heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like "onward," or "we'll never give up," or "my heart burns with courage." Lambkin can definitely handle the script. I've made my decision. I will be played by the Gnome twins. I'd love to be 2 gnomes in a trench coat. Wonderful. Sorry we took you away from the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old grandma now. I wonder if that'll show up later. Now, somewhere there's supposed to be a guy that can respec us. Is it this guy? Greetings, Commander, and hearty congratulations on your appointment. Rastal knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier to take up the post than the savior of Canabras. My name is Jeranah. I saw you in the Defender's Heart, but I never got the chance to speak with you. I'm glad that our paths have crossed again, giving us the chance to meet properly. It's an honor. Who are you? A humble priest of Erastil. I completed my trials and took my holy orders only recently, and now I am serving my God and the people to the best of my ability. What were you doing in the Defender's Heart? What I was bound to do under my holy orders. I healed the wounded and buoyed up the healthy to fight another day. Have you joined the crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I am needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest for these many years. I am about to sail for there. I'll be making my journey along Old Man Sellen. If, by the grace of the good gods, you find time to visit me there, I would be delighted to see you. Come any time, day or night. The village is easy enough to find. Here it is, right on the bank. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. I have to go. May Rastal watch over you. Storytellers here, huh? There he is. I got a page you were looking for from the Gray Garrison. Yes, you were right. Another piece of evidence from the past I've forgotten. My hand touches the stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like teeth of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my caress, my unasked question. The one it's been asked thousands upon thousands of times. Where should I go next? Behind me, I hear loud stomping of minotaurs that guard this god-forsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its swords, claws, and teeth in the hope that a rare traveler visits its lair. But today, it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear it breathing in the wind that sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward. To the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle. Whence the faint smell of ash. Whence a few ages ago, Demon Lord Baphomet began his great escape. Baphomet? Are you inside his labyrinth? Yes, I'm traveling through the Ivory Labyrinth. This is not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it is necessary to reach my goal. Were you able to evade all the dangers of the Ivory Labyrinth? Have you forgotten who you are speaking to? I am the last Archmage of Keonan. I have been to many dangerous places. This is just one of many. It won't be the last. What do you need from the Ivory Labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, a knowledge that can save many lives. My kinfolk were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to my enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. Please continue. For several years, I have thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh and is impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. It doesn't enslave, but destroys life itself. And I have found the answer. I know how to save the world. Earthfall came to destroy Galarian. Its strike was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world, but several worlds at once? What if Heaven or Elysium come to help the dying Galarian? If I manage to merge my world with another one, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The denizens of Galarian will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, the cunning and insidious lord of Minotaurs, was once a captive in Asmodeus' prison, but only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and it is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near strange symbols covering the wall of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they are real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the bark-covered notebook and painstakingly copy the symbols into it. Behind me, 2 Minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I have wrapped around myself like a blanket. Do you want to connect the planes? That's dangerous. Dangerous, difficult, almost impossible. But tell me, is this risk not worth the Thassalon Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Galgan, the Cyclops Kingdom, deserve death? What about the Aboleth Empire? Another plane will pay for saving Galarian. There will be wars, and then a new world will come. But we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors. A bark-covered notebook? The one your mentor gave you? Yes. Blinded by my pride, I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I am still not going to run, but the knowledge written in this notebook by my former mentor might serve my purpose. The elves managed to open a portal to Sovrian and keep it open while our people escaped from Galarian. Their cowardice deserves disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Keonan and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. What happened next? I copied the strange symbols into the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future demon lord thinking when he wrote them, while he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out? Was he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes. Otherwise, decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the Minotaurs behind me killed the other, tore his heart out, and devoured it. His blood-stained nose sniffs the air sharply. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I am certain of my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and still I linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me? Like someone is watching me, despite all the protective spells. Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness. A coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder. The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it? Please, find the rest of the pages from this bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. Tell me about Earthfall. They're leaving. The people of Keonan faced the coming Earthfall and admitted they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurry to the gate to Sovereign? Looking around fearfully. The clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I am ashamed. I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. Oh, we already definitely heard this. Thank you for your stories. Any items? Old elf carefully takes Yaniel's sword, Radiance. Powerful forces lie dormant in this sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. Proud Torendalev, protector of Canabras. You devoted your life to serving your people. Your death is a great loss, but maybe I will be able to find out something about you that is unknown to many of your admirers. Finian. What a peculiar weapon. I sense intelligence in it, but it seems dented. Ahaha. Grandpa Elf, watch where you're poking your fingers. It tickles. Shall we? Present Radiance. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing, and there is nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes out into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I am standing on the wall. I am covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, falling from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with the golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that the soft, glimmering sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Discari's spawn. You want the best trophy of the night? You know my name. Yaniel. You know how many of you I've killed with this very hand? You want to curry favor with Darazand, Minigo, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head, if you can." Roaring and screaming, they rush toward me in a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings. The wave crashes against me, spattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped up bodies plummet to the foot of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in devastation, but he can't help. Desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. That's what I'm fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with Radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-slickened hand. He flies up, but falls somewhere behind the walls, by the road, being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in on me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I am dying with you. The light of the sword, righteous Iomade, accept my soul. I know whose memory this is. I've heard about her so many times. Yaniel was a true crusader. Touching her memories is so cleansing. Do you see the future of this sword? Just one of the numerous possibilities. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lord. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am Radiance. Tremble, city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge. It's nice to know that this sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. Show Torendalev's scale to the storyteller. Tell me about Torendalev. I am flying. I can finally manage I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror, and I can see my reflection. It is as if another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up. A clear sky sways above me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black, and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I probably ought to cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me, out of sympathy for them, did I choose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to the demon's lair. They don't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. Then suddenly I feel shame. No, these are not my thoughts. The crusaders carrying me are my good friends. I am glad they did not suffer, but I hate them and myself so much. Pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It is all because of them. All because of them. Someone walking beside me touches me, talks to me, but the only thing I hear is, "Your mentor, he will come. He will help," and I lose consciousness. Such hatred from Turendelev. Wasn't she on our side? Turendelev has come a long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Turendelev you met in Canabras had gone through many trials and regained her former purity. What happened next? Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know Turendelev's story ended and the beginning is hidden from us. We all know how Turendelev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you find something else that used to belong to her, we will know more about her struggle. Show Finian. Tell me what you see. Hello, Grandpa Elf. The storyteller carefully takes Finian from your hands. Hello, Finian. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. His face contorts into a painful grimace. I'm coming to again. How long have I been here? They kept me in a cage for 3 days. I know this because 3 times the light under the door disappeared for a long time. They chained me to the table, and the bladesmith, everyone calls him the bladesmith, he placed a device with a jar over me. It feels like I'm being fried. As I tried to break free, at first I tried to break free, but I got tired. Then I screamed. But now I've lost my voice, though the pain is still burning right through me. I think I lost consciousness again, but when I woke up, the pain was gone. I wasn't tied to the table anymore. I was standing near it, and someone else was lying on the table, a burnt corpse covered with a black crust. The master took out a handsaw and was sawing off his head in a very focused way. I should have run back then, but I couldn't for some reason. This burned corpse had a symbol on his belt, just like I do, an eye and a star. My favorite belt, a good one. Where would a stranger get one? It must have been someone from my clan, a distant family member. The storyteller stops. When he speaks again, you hear only a muffled whisper. Those crusaders, I was glad when I saw them. I thought they'd come to help. But how? How was it that I killed them all? Someone told me to, and I obeyed. I don't understand. I understand nothing now. I need to catch my breath. I need all this to stop, even for a minute. I just have to understand what's happening to me. Just need to rest. The storyteller shakes his head, slowly coming to his senses. That is Finian's past, but what awaits him in the future? The dead have no future yet, the storyteller smiles. I see an endless ocean on a good day, and a boat flying over the waves. I am so excited. But I don't know whose vision this is. Is this a soul existing here and now, or a soul reborn? Thank you for the story. Please take care of this young lad. He is finally in the right hands. Do not worsen his suffering by involving him in dishonorable deeds. We have more important things to do. Come on, Grandpa Elf. I can take care of myself. I'm not a kid. I don't know what horrors you were talking about. But don't you worry about it, alright? Look after yourself. We have more important things to do. I want to discuss your past with you. Oh, nope. Already did that. I want to know more about you. I'm just going to zip through these. No more questions. Have you decided to join the crusade? I've decided not to, I'm afraid. I have to go. Alright. Alright, cool. So we progressed Finian's quest a little bit there. But for now, I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again.